Incredible. One of the funniest jokes to come out of the new announcement for the upcoming Mario Kart World that I saw was people getting hyped that Gay Bowser is going to be a playable character in the new game. It's just incredible. I mean, they make reference to literally everything else in the Mario universe. Why not? Why not? You could play as a cow. You could play as a snowman. You can play as a penguin. You can play as Gay Bowser. All of it. All of it. All right. So, what did we have from last time? We got the base moving for the worm. Now all I need to do is start adding detail, right? Getting a lot of hair pre-roll adds. Your hair is impeccable. And then you roll a 2. That's tragic. Just comb down the cowlicks now that you've taken your hat off, I think is the big problem. Not only has Dust rolled well again, but he's outperformed his previous performances. This angers me immensely. I'm pissed. Okay. What am I feeling is off? The middle just gets bulky from there to like here. Okay, let's clean that up. Look at me. Yep. Thank you for noting. Well, it's difficult to not notice, to be entirely honest with you. Okay. So slim up until there. Up the smoothing. Boom. How are we going? Sleep is a bit rough at the moment for me, so it's been difficult to get to my early streams, but I have successfully... Oh! Like it's nobody's business. Oh my goodness. But I've successfully not let it get to me, which means that hopefully my momentum will build instead of stagnate. Get wrecked? Oh, just absolute devastation. How you going, Bob? How's your week been so far? Better? Oh, that's a lot better. Still, I need it to be thicker at this end. Had 13 degrees Celsius weather. Today you're back to 1 degrees and it's windy. Oh my goodness. Well, that's the worst thing, right? Is not that it's cold, but the windiness. Because a place can be, I don't know, -5, and I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. But as soon as it's 0 degrees, or even slightly, like, you know, even slightly higher than 0 degrees, and you've got a wind cutting through you, like a soft, warm butter that you are. I don't know. I've come to find that temperature isn't the thing that puts me off. It's wind velocity and humidity are the two factors. Love the word wimbdy. I mean, if it helps in the moment. Yeah, I need to go even slimmer. Oh my goodness. Somebody put a corset on this. That's what it's called, right? Corset. Yes. Somebody put a corset on this word. For some reason, I thought I was confusing it with a musical term. Don't ask me which one. I have no idea. Brains out to pasture. According to your weather app, the wind is making it feel like minus. No. No. And tap out. I'm out. See ya. It's gonna snow tomorrow. Oh, no. But it's like, I suppose it is autumn for you guys. Autumn? Spring. Yeah, why is it? Yeah, spring? It's autumn for us. Major redesign of Cozy Cauldrons. Lots more mechanical depth at little complexity cost. Problems, lots of new narrative ideas, not enough new mechanics. Lots of rough edges to sand down. But it sounds like you've got a stronger sense of what you need to work on, though, which is good. Because it sounded like before you had vague concepts of I'm missing RP elements, which doesn't really map onto anything in particular. Whereas now it seems like you've got building blocks that you can map things onto, which is good. Good. There we go. Look at that. It's smooth. Then to this. It's big again. To a slightly different topic. My flavor of the month at the moment has been One Punch Man. I was reading it up to date maybe a decade ago. I think the timing works out for that, right? I think it was about 10 years ago. But fell off around the first few episodes of season 2, if you've seen season 2. The equivalent in the manga. I don't know why I fell off. I think it's just because it's the problem of week by week, right? Where some elements might be really fun as a binge, but if you're getting updated on a weekly basis and what happened this week in One Punch Man? Well, these characters had a conversation and then a villain turned up. Okay. Just quickly realised that I haven't taken my multivitamins yet today, so I'm going to quickly do that. Whereas now, because either the series is finished or it's got so many chapters out that I don't mind playing catch up. I'm really enjoying it. It's really, really fun. I am not yet sick of the trope of Saitama isn't involved in fight for a million years, and then he turns up out of the blue because he's lost, because he's like trying to find the toilet or something, and then one shots the bad guy. I'm not sick of it yet. Honestly, it's really funny every single time. And I think the reason why is because they do a really good job of establishing all the other characters. So you're thoroughly enjoying the anticipation of what is this super snobby character going to think when they come into contact with the god of Ponch, essentially. So I've been thoroughly enjoying it. It's been really fun. I don't usually enjoy gag narratives, though, just because like I've struggled with Discworld for a very, very, very long time. Just because it feels like, because of the nature of how silly it is, and the fact that they're very elastic with the Terry Pratchett is incredibly elastic with the rules of the world to tell a joke, right? He'll be like, yeah, okay, gravity works like this, but for this joke, we're just going to ignore gravity for a bit, type of deal, like the Looney Tunes effect, right? But he does it all over the place. That tends to be the trajectory of most sort of gag, haha, funny worlds and stories and stuff, which I struggle with. I don't know. It feels as though if it doesn't stay relatively consistent within its own rules, then kind of anything can happen. Anything can happen at that point, and it's just lol random humor after that. But I feel as though One Punch does a really good job of establishing everybody has to follow the rules except the main character. And the butt of the joke is the fact that he gets to ignore all the rules. So it is a little bit lol random, but it establishes the rule of lack of rules for him first, which I don't know. It really works, at least for me. I don't know why. I think it's because it allows me to suspend my disbelief in a way that feels consistent. You like Discworld, but you can never remember anything about it because it's just so... Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is that it's almost like it's just blasting through popcorn. You go, oh, this is delicious, this is yum. But I'm not invested in any of it. You read a book, you like it, then you read the next one, and it references something that happened before, and you're like, what? When did that happen? Yeah. Yep. You think you've watched the entirety of Season 1, but it's been a good while. I think either Season 3 has come out or it's coming out. One Punch Man Season 3. It looks like it's actively coming out at the moment, I think. Whatever. It's either actively coming out episode by episode at the moment, or it's about to. So yeah, there's stuff to binge if you want to. Does the cultist headpiece do anything other than give you bird noises? Absolutely not. It just gives you bird noises. It's very funny. It's a neutral option, right? You've gambled and you've got the not good, not bad option. The great option. I tend to only really take the mask gamble if I can tell that my run is weak. If it feels like I'm probably gonna die to the next encounter, I'll gamble on the mask to see if I can get the coin one. The coin gobbler or whatever it's called. Because otherwise, starting every encounter with the weaken is just so brutal. But your safe's coming at the moment? Well, I'll just say that that's not my approach to the game. But more power to you if you enjoy playing that way. It's not like it's a multiplayer game, right? You're not hurting anyone. And if it's the way that you enjoy the game, then who am I to say, you're not playing it correctly unless you suffer? You beat Ascension 20 on everything but the Silent, which you beat on Ascension 19. No heart runs, though. Heart runs are unique in the sense that heart runs don't necessarily speak to how strong or weak your deck is. It speaks to how well equipped for the heart fight it is. So I don't necessarily... I don't think too much about it. If I don't make it to the if I make it to the heart and I lose, it's not like, oh, I played poorly. It'll just be that I haven't optimized the deck for the heart. Like, for example, there are some builds that are incredibly fun, but just don't work against the heart, and I think that's fine. It just means that you're not ticking that little box. But unless you're going for high score or heart completions, it doesn't really affect anything. If you are going for high score, you need that heart win. But yeah, that's impressive. That's impressive. Getting up to Ascension 20 is quite the feat. There are some builds that are incredibly fun, but then time jerk. Yeah, the only way that you can really overcome that is by brute force. Unfortunately, you have to if you're going with a deck that does spam cards, you kind of just need to be so strong that you can get away with it, type of deal. Or emphasize trying to get as much done in 12 cards, and make sure that you do use 12 cards every turn, type of deal. So even though time's getting reset or whatever, each time you use 12 cards, you're using the full 12. You're not using 8 and then you're stuck only being able to use 4 the next turn. You're only up to Ascension 6, which is why you don't feel bad at the moment, still teaching yourself. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Plus, I mean, everybody learns differently, right? Save scumming, quote unquote, means that you're learning what mistakes you're making and then learning to play correctly. So it's probably a pretty good way of learning how to play the game well. True, or just don't roll time jerk. I mean, yeah, but as soon as you get up to Ascension 18 or 19, I can't remember which one it is, where it might even be 20, where you face 2 Act 3 bosses back to back. You're hoping that of the 3 bosses that you can roll, one of them just doesn't appear. Yeah. Likelihood isn't in your favor, unfortunately. Bought the game because of streamers you watched until you could see their mistakes. Yeah, well, I mean, that's a really good way of learning as well. It's what I do for Overwatch. I find people who play, in my case, Tracer at a really high level, and I go, okay, what are the decision makings that you're what are the decisions that you are choosing to make? how are you positioning? Who are you shooting at? What are your aiming habits that lead to you being able to aim better? Blah, 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 blah. It's better than shooting in the dark, pun intended. Because you can actually see what is being done and why it works. Time jerk is normally easy if you make it that far as someone only playing silent. It's getting past the first few bits and trying to establish a deck that you struggle with. Believe it or not, the first act isn't really about establishing a deck. The first act is basically exclusively about beating the boss at the end of Act 1. You've got enough time after that to sculpt your deck to make it good. The big factor is who are you facing at the end of the act. If it's the slime boss or the crystal gem thing, whatever, then you're going to have your deck filled to the brim with junk. So what you want to do is you want to have either cards that cleanse junk or cards that flood your deck. I'm thinking like the 0-cost Ironclad card that replicates itself every time you play it. And then you don't want to decrease your deck size against those two bosses because you're more likely to draw into the junk. Whereas against the spike ball boss, you do actually want to slim your deck so that way you're drawing the cards that you want to when you want to, type of deal. Like it's more about ticking those boxes rather than making a cohesive deck identity at that point. If you can do it, that's awesome. But your priority should be on just defeating the boss. And then got frustrated and had to buy the game so that you could see it being played right. Well, that's what got me playing Inscription. Was I watched, I think it was Markiplier, start playing it, and he kept making a bunch of misplays. And I got so angry, I bought it and I started playing it. Why learn from your mistakes when you can learn from others' mistakes? Exactly. Because other people's mistakes tilt me, I guess, is the is the answer to that question. You often lose against Thorn Shield boss mode guy. Can't self-sustain because attacking hurts. The important thing for that boss is making sure that you've got a good, healthy balance between attack cards and defense cards. And you want to be incredibly rigorous about not attacking into the ball form. Because the boss doesn't have ramp. It doesn't have any turns where its attacks get stronger. Unlike a lot of other bosses in the game, like it doesn't have a turn where it goes, I'm getting stronger, and then instead of dealing 4 times 5 hits, it deals instead like 4 times 8 hits. Like it doesn't have that, so it very much so tests your consistency. So you want a deck that has consistent blocking. And a bit of burst because you want to be able to get through the chunks of health requirements. The only ramp that it kind of has is how much of a damage threshold before it transforms into a ball. So I suppose there is a little bit of ramp, but if you've got ramp on your end in the form of any cards that increase your strength or poison or the what's it called, the focus for the defect, anything like that, it should keep up with the ramping of the damage threshold. Often don't have enough to do, don't take many cards because you feel like it's a deck you don't want to play, but then you literally just have a few attacks and shields. Yeah, you have to remember that your strikes and your blocks are basically the worst cards in the game. Like strike as an attack card is horrible. Any strike, like any attack card that you take instead of strike will be better, more or less. And block is the worst version of block in the game. Any blocking card that you take will be a better version of the block as well. So even though you don't necessarily want to be taking on a ton of really bad cards for what you have in mind, it'll depend on the boss. You'll see that boss and you'll go, okay, well, I need some like burst options. So for example, on Ironclad that I'm playing a lot at the moment, I do often take the 2 cost 20 attack that if you don't use it, it disintegrates. Just because it's really helpful in Act 1 having a burst option like that. It's not a necessarily great card, but it fits the bill for what I need for the first act. And then I can always get rid of it afterwards if it's really hampering my progress. Just got an early Apotheosis. Not sure if you prefer a +1 Dex relic instead. You probably prefer Apotheosis. +1 Dex is nice, but getting an Apotheosis and then potentially being able to bottle it later is just, it's too strong. Sorry, this is an incredibly specific conversation topic. I haven't played this game on stream, so it feels a bit exclusive. But yeah, Apotheosis is one of the best cards in the game. Because yes, strikes and blocks are terrible, but upgraded strikes and blocks are not bad. Not bad at all. And then upgraded versions of any other card, even better. Okay, how am I doing for worm thickness? Okay. With this one, this part of the worm tail needs to be thicker. The reason why the thickness matters so much is because it's the thing that gives the sense of how far away the worm is. It's like the most important building block, especially given how simple the creature's anatomy is. If I can lock down the thickness of the worm from now, it'll save me a lot of headache later on. Okay, let's see it compared to before. He thinks it'll be a bit better. It's so much better. Oh my goodness. It looks super smooth. Sticks its head out. It lingers in the air for long enough to give that sense of weight. I don't mean weight as in W-A-I-T. W-E-I-G-H-T. Mass. It gives that sense of mass, heft. And then the acceleration at the end gives that that sense of follow through, which is really satisfying. There's enough of a pause at the start to give a bit of like momentum anticipation. Like it feels like the thing is heavier if it takes more to get off the ground. And then if it accelerates at the end, it really feels like a lot of mass is following through. So this has helped to make it feel like giant worm. I'll go through now and start adding detail to it. And then I can, once I've done the detail work for the worm itself, I can start worrying about things like dust, debris, including like blades of grass sort of popping into the air as it takes off. And then once I've done all of that, the plan is to take the background into DaVinci Studio and animate the clouds coming across, as well as a bit of movement through the leaves as well. The blades of grass is the plan. I'm also looking to potentially get a bit of movement into the clouds behind. I don't want them moving from one side to the other like I will have for the main cloud in the center. But I do want maybe a bit of shifting and motion in them, maybe a little bit of curling or something. I'm not sure yet. I do need to be conscious of wanting to have it loop, and if that's the case, I can't have them distort too much. 3 encounters in a row where resetting and ignoring Apotheosis saved you, because otherwise you had a turn of ignoring all your other damage. Well, the goal is to upgrade your Apotheosis, so it only costs 1, so you don't need to do that, right? Because, for example, with strikes, if you were to use 3 strikes, you'd be dealing 18 damage. So 6, 12, 18. Whereas if you Apotheosis into 2 strikes, 9, 9, 18. You're not actually missing any damage. And then it sets you up for more damage following turns. Okay. Where is my worm? There it is. The reason why I'm having the adding the dark side to the illuminated side, if that makes sense, like where the direction of the light is coming from, is because I need that sense of gelatinousness. Gelatin. I need it to feel like it's made of some sort of translucent jelly. And the best way of doing that is filling it with a volume. And then having the highlights on top of the volume. Think any sort of, like, if I were to be rendering a liquid or rendering an eye, rendering, I don't know, a gem or a crystal, I'd be doing the same thing. And I'm going through and not adding any other complexity to each frame because I want to be lazy and make sure that I've got the same chroma tone through each layer. The correct way of doing this would be to have a little palette of colors off to the side that I can use to color match. But I'll see how long I can hold off on having to do that, just because, I don't know, I feel like being lazy at the moment. There's due diligence, and then there's just exhausting. I've been going for more walks lately, which have been, I say helping with my sleep, even though my sleep has been cactus still. But I have been. It's been good. It's tough to spend the time when it feels like you're shirking other responsibilities to do it, but I don't know if there's a degree of needing to be conscious of self-care that I need to actually start implementing. You're officially past 2 months of walking every day, and I bet it helps. I bet it helps a lot with feeling fresh, giving you a bit of energy, and feeling like you know, you're looking after yourself. I aspire to do the same. I'm jealous. I used to, back when I lost a bunch of weight, I used to go for very regimented daily walks. Like, I will go for half an hour and it will be to here, and then as soon as I hit this marker, I will turn around and I will go back, and I will time myself so that I don't take too blah 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 blah. It was, you know, it was good in the sense that I flourished with a bit of structure, but I feel as though it was a wee bit too strict, because I went for a few open-ended walks across the past couple of weeks. I've been really enjoying them. It gives me the opportunity to just chill, clear my thoughts, and if I feel like I should walk a little bit longer, just because, you know, I don't have, you know, like I haven't purged the anxiety from my legs or anything like that, just giving myself the grace to be able to do so has been, I don't know, relaxing? It doesn't sound relaxing, but it is. Just doing something slightly hard every day consistently is helping you with your confidence too. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You feel good because you're feeling proactive. Have set a path you follow each day as a minimum, and if you want to go for longer, you can. That's probably a good way of doing it. I've loosely been following that mindset. It's also dawned on me that I really, really, really enjoy later walks. Not at night with the, you know, the sun has gone to bed and I'm just trying to make my way downtown using the illumination of street lamps. It's more when it's not middle of the day or morning, it feels as though I can more comfortably chill on the walk. Whereas, you maybe can't tell because of the lighting that I've got in my room, but I've actually got an incredibly fair complexion. So it means that every time I go out on a walk, I need to slather myself from head to toe in sunscreen, at the risk of burning to a crisp at the slightest touch. I'm a vampire, basically, is what I'm saying. But going for later walks means that I don't really have to be as conscious of it. I still put on sunscreen, obviously, but not to the point where I'm, drenched. And it feels way more relaxed. Just goes to show that coming at something with a game plan, getting new information, and then adjusting the game plan is quite strong. It's quite a strong strategy. You have Apotheosis, triple accuracy power to increase Shiv, and Wooboy does 22 damage Shivs with Envenom and 1000 cuts for... Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. And then if you can bottle Apotheosis, it means that you don't have to upgrade any other card in your deck for the rest of the game. For the rest of the run, which means that... unless you really need healing, you can just avoid campfires, and you're getting more stuff across the run. You're just getting more stuff. You're fighting more things. You're getting more potions. You're getting more gold. You're getting more card offerings. And even if you're not taking cards, just getting offered more cards is incredibly strong, because then you're filtering through your selection. It's like advantage, right? In D&D, if you're given advantage, even if you have 2 rolls that you need to make and you get advantage for both, even if you get garbage rolls for both rolls on the first one and a garbage roll on the second one, getting that one good roll after the second lot of it, the sheer amount of dice rolls makes it really strong. It's the same with card selection. Even if you don't want 90% of the cards, being offered, an offering of cards 3 times more is just super, super, super strong. Makes you select exactly the cards that you want in your deck. Already bottled accuracy before you had Apotheosis. But accuracy is a power, whereas Apotheosis is a skill, so it's different. You can bottle both. Speaking of something completely different, you suddenly got a craving for potatoes, and you remember you just bought some... Oh, nice. I got out of the shower today, and I was like, oh, I really need to make food before I stream. And then I remembered I had noodles in the pantry. Not quite the same level of celebration, but I mean, it's still, I can empathize with your win. Potato time. Nice. You should cook some potato. Yes. It's this clip. Let me see if I can find it. This one. There we go. There we go. Yes! Yes! Billy seeing the potatoes on offer. Beautiful. Hey, Bison. I know. He's a classic. How you going, Alt? How's your day been so far? I've never actually seen it. Is that a clip from the movie, or was there a Street Fighter show? Going all right? Just finished making the food for the party you're hosting tomorrow. How very sociable of you. How simply terrifying. That's awesome. What's the party celebrating, if you don't mind me asking, or is it just a get together? Yep. A good time to celebrate, methinks. You decided to be lazy and just make icebox cakes? That's fine. I mean, it gets the job done, right? Speaking of, I really need to pick up those cookie ingredients. I wish to make savory chocolate chip cookies. I want to try it. I've just procrastination. I've never baked before, so actually taking that first step is terrifying. Using Oreos for the icebox cakes, and they were just $3 a packet. What is the world coming to? Yeah. Yep. Savory chocolate chip cookies. Well, as in like, with peanut butter and like cinnamon and that sort of thing. So like, usually where you'd embellish a chocolate chip cookie, you'd be adding sugar, you'd be adding like icing or whatever it happens to be. Whereas I want to go with sort of, yeah, but you know what I mean, like not super sweet. You don't need to be hungry. I distinctly remember you saying that, oh, thank you for the reminder, I need to have food. We're helping. I did also say that I'm in a weird mood when it comes to chocolate chip cookies where I want to try adding carrot. Don't judge me, okay? I am super pregnant right now, I guess. But I don't know. I have this strange craving to have like some sort of weird amalgamation between a chocolate chip cookie and carrot cake. I don't know why. I do not know why, but the craving is there, and I want to see if it's possible. I know that you can do chocolate chip cookies with orange. Like I know that you can use orange, like grated orange, in chocolate chip cookies. I have never heard for carrot though, so I need to start spelunking for recipes. Have you ever had beef mixed with chocolate? It's one of the most evil concoctions. Have I? I don't think so. I don't think I have. I've had some weird food, but I don't think I've had that particular combination. You should make chocolate chip cookies again. Your last attempt was better than your first, but still, Ready to make some amazing ones? Yep. It wouldn't taste very carrot, but you'd be down to try. Well, that's the thing, right? Is carrot cake doesn't taste very carrot. At least in my opinion. You know, by all means disagree with me, but it tastes very I don't know, in the same way that banana bread doesn't really taste like banana, at least in my opinion. Very much of a savory chef. You make a lot of really nice slow-cooked delicacies. But whenever you try baking, you end up making pan clumps. Yeah. Well, I can't speak to it. I might have the golden touch. I've never tried baking before. Let's be honest, it's probably not the case. I don't know. I reckon it's one of those things where everybody's a bit, you know, uncoordinated when it comes to making baked goods until they do a bunch. It's one of those experience things. In your case, it might be that you've spent more time cooking in the traditional sense, more so than baking. Baking is very easy to mess up. Very easy to mess up ingredient amount-wise. You're a fan of going a little bit off recipe and a little bit of however you want, and it does not translate well. Yeah, okay. So yeah, a little bit more of a disposition. I'm the opposite, actually. I really enjoy getting specific measurements. So maybe baking is my forte. Have I ever had garbage bread before? There's something in Australia you probably know called fairy bread. That's pretty garbage. Has the nutritional value of a bar of soap. Although, actually, to be honest, a bar of soap probably has more nutritional value. Garbage bread, is it really? Is that the one that has like the chocolate swirl through it? Garbage bread. The heck is this? A simple stuffed bread recipe. Ooh. Oh, that actually looks really nice. Garbage bread can literally be made in many different ways. This one is like a cheeseburger version, but here are some tasty combinations we have also made in the past. This is thecountrycook.net/garbage bread. Barbecue chicken garbage, or pizza garbage bread, breakfast garbage. Oh my goodness, I've never heard of this before. That sounds amazing. It's garbage because it's made of all the sauces in your fridge, old onions you haven't used, and the mince in your freezer for 5 weeks. Yeah, well, that was the impression that I got as soon as I saw the initial image. Act 3 plus is Time Lord. You're probably fine. It sounds like you've got a really strong build, Billy. You're probably fine. It's got bacon in it. Oh. You just need health? Yeah. How early into Act 3 are you? What would I make? What kind of garbage bread would I make with my ingredients at the moment? Ooh. Let's see. Egg, mince, capsicum. I think I've got a bit of capsicum in the fridge. A bit of parmesan. Oh, I could make some pretty nice garbage bread, putting it all together in my head. You need to do the dishes and you don't want to? Doing the dishes is fun though. It's like putting things in categories. Like it's a sorting game. It's one of those stacking games where you've got different pieces of fruit dropping from the ceiling and you've got different baskets that you need to bring out to catch the different pieces of fruit in. It's like that, but way less dynamic. Starting second encounter now, have 10 HP. Ooh, okay. A little bit rough. Yeah, you might need to string a few campfires together. From what you've heard, it's like hamburger helper, but with a stronger flavor of doughy flavor and doughy texture. Never had hamburger. Yeah, fair. Well, I mean, the recipe that I read here online said something along the lines of needing like French toast bread is what it said, I think. I closed down the window, but doing the dishes is fun. It's like sorting things in different categories. You don't need French toast bread? Yeah, okay. Screw that recipe then. I'd imagine ads? Yeah, sorry. I'll chill. Chilling until you're back. Hello, OBS? You good, my dude? My chat in OBS has frozen. I cannot interact with it. That's good. Probably fine. Welcome back. Oh, it's fully frozen. Let me see if I can get rid of... Oh. That was so weird. Why? I closed down the chat in OBS and then it replaced it with a different chat window. Okay, it's whatever. Welcome back. Sorry, brain's just melting. It's a distinctly different chat window because up the top it had Twitch chat and now it just has regular chat and I can interact with things that I couldn't previous. Did I just have a worse version of chat that was accessible before? And now closing it down has given me access to better chat? Seems to be the case. Excellent. Cool. Thanks, OBS. Appreciate that. Yeah, but fair enough. So you just require a regular loaf of bread. Hollow it out. Add all of the bread filling into a bowl with all of these additional ingredients by the looks of things. You make the dough usually? Yeah, okay, fair. I make the dough. Look at you. Hi, I'm Alt. I make bread fresh. What, don't you? I'm just messing with you. You're fine. The idea of making fresh bread is both incredible and also nerve-wracking simultaneously. It feels like a taller hurdle than baking cookies. You do make it? No. I know you do. I'm sulking. being able to make your own bread sounds amazing. Because I wouldn't necessarily consider myself a bread person, but I do have a really weak spot for like a what's the word? We'll get there. We'll get there. Come on. Come on, vocabulary. You exist. I believe in you. Bespoke. Bespoke. I didn't even need to look it up. Why did I do that? I didn't even finish the search. I have a guilty, like, not a guilty pleasure. I have a weak spot for, like a bespoke loaf of bread. Something that's, you know, those incredibly bougie French bakeries that have, like, the really crusty, yeah, oh my goodness. Best viewers, you say? Well, I'm interested. What do I do? Do I just... I click on the... Billy! I was going to click on the link. You got your dad's old bread maker since he's really into it? Oh, yeah. Sourdough rice. Yeah, well, I was thinking just any homemade loaf of bread that's at like one of those really top end bakeries or whatever, where you can tell that it's been a crafted loaf of bread as opposed to just like your sliced bread that you find at the supermarket. I can never afford them, but when I do, oh my goodness, this is a smile on my face. I can make a sandwich with them. I can just eat them as they are. It's just, but I'm not a bread person, I insist. Your neck snapped and your hand suddenly had the great accent thing. Sorry, I blacked out for a second. What's going on? Billy's just covered in blood head to toe. Got your mother's old Thermomix, so you're pretty lucky with your cooking utensils. Oh, yeah, you're sorted. I've recently, I say recently, the last couple of years, been using a rice cooker, and it's an absolute godsend. So having something almost like a universal cooking utensil with the Thermomix would be incredibly cool to have. I've got a family friend who swears up and down about the greatness that is a Thermomix. So I've heard the full spiel. I say all that, but it walks the walk. So I'd love having one, I think. I think the coloration doesn't matter from here, right? Maybe this is the last frame where it does. Just at the end there. You're very particular about rice, so you got a fancy one. Oh, nice. Rice cooker is a necessity. Yeah, I've been learning that. It's become more and more apparent that that's the case. The main thing about the Thermomix is just the cleanup. It takes like 2 minutes to hand wash what would usually be like 30 minutes of stuff. Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Is the convenience of washing up afterwards, the convenience of being able to just put it on and then walk away the convenience of knowing that you can kind of have it all going passively. Do you feel like a middle-aged white woman whenever you use the term? It's like cooking's for everyone, right? Does not help though that like all of the advertising campaigns for it are very shoeboxed, shall we say? Okay, let's go with a slightly darker pigment, just a spot of it. It should go a lot faster. Whoa, big worm. Yeah. Huge. Ginormous worm. You wish you could live as a big worm? Life is so simple. I mean, at the cost of complex thought, hobbies. I mean, you did say simple. Simple would be the name of the game. Yeah, that's fair. You'd only really miss complex thought if you had complex thought to assess the fact that you didn't have complex thought. So probably fine. Have I been watching the new anime To Be Hero X? No, I've never heard of it before. Is it a manga? To Be Hero X. Think you just straight up lose against the transient? Really? With the deck that you've got at the moment, you should have enough burst. Are you just super unlucky with the draw? I've never heard of this anime before. Is it, did it start as a manhwa or something? Is that why because it looks like it's got a Chinese name as opposed to a Japanese one. Tu Biang Yin Xuang X. Yeah, because I tend to find out about anime from manga, so the fact that I haven't seen it, that would make sense. China's new big push into anime is really good. Yeah, okay, yeah, that would be why. Yeah, I'll give it a look. Yeah, I mean it looks like it's been rated pretty highly online and everything. Retrying to see if you can wiggle the order a little. Make sure not to burn permanent resources early on against the transient, just because you don't really need to. And then it means if they're burned, you can't use them. You can't use them when you actually need them. Been in the works since 2019. Oh, hot damn. Yeah, okay, so this will be like the one that has all of the all of the resource investment in it. it's always good to tune into a debut of an animation studio or like a new producer or something, because they always try and make big splashes. The viewer always wins in those instances. It's more the mainstay animation studios that have me avoiding anime. Just because it gets incredibly dry. But even some of the biggest studios, like One Piece was animated just incredibly well across the latest 2 arcs. I won't name them, just in case spoilers. But yeah, apparently the animation studio for One Piece has really been knocking it out of the park. And then with Dragon Ball Daima as well, like that was animated by... Who was the lead on that? There was a big hullabaloo about who they got. Daima... Animation director? Kubota? What? Chikashi Kubota is apparently an animator who's been receiving a whole bunch of renown for the work that he put into Daima now, as well as the new One Piece stuff, as well as The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. It apparently worked on Broly as well. Okay, cool. Sorry, it took a second to find it. You animated Dragon Ball Diamond? You're unbreakable. New Dragon Ball Diamond. I mean, the latest movie was superhero? So whatever. All the rules are up in the air. Have an entire turn with low attacks, so your max HP of 49 against his 52 damage is tough to... Yeah. 10 main characters, 2 episodes each, then 4 episode tournament arc with them all. Only episode 1 is out right now. Yeah, okay. I'm not too fond of tournament arcs, just because they get so... The word dry comes to mind every time, but yeah. But I'll give it a look. 31 attack final turn is all you can get him down to. You manage to get to 18 HP yourself. Time to get food instead. Good call. Good call. For tournament, it's only suspected as a tournament arc because they don't know what the last 4 episodes would be, and a tournament would make sense. Yeah, okay. I mean, hey, if the animation is good, there's a lot I could look past. The tournament art format is one of the things that I can. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to add a bit of atmospheric distortion to the worm as soon as it gets to here. That part there. Okay, so how am I going to do that? Do I just grab a bit of the... Yeah, I'll grab a bit of the atmosphere. Start applying it to the worm. Grab that tone. Oops. We do be worming. Yeah. Worm City. There we go. Look at that. It's starting to look like it's arcing away completely. Worming my way downtown, worming fast, faces past, and I'm worm bound. I'm a worm. I'm still a worm. The reason why it's all faded and lighter and stuff is because atmospheric distortion is a thing, right? So there are particles of air, whether that's, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, whatever it happens to be, between point A and point B. And these particles do actually interact with light. It's why things become more like faded and blue the further something is away from you. So therefore, in order to sell this sense of it traveling a distance, applying that kind of distortion to this here worm will help with that effect. Hopefully. I look like a color aficionado. Can I help decipher what you did wrong with when you bought it? Yeah, sure. What's he? type in !Discord. It'll come up with my Discord link. Chuck it in there. I'll have a look. How you going, by the way? Do you mind if I refer to you as Alki, or do you have a different preference? I don't mind. Happy to refer to you as whatever you like, within reason. Alki's good? Nice. Okay, let's have a look. Ping me when you've chuck it into probably share your art. Would probably either share your art, or I guess you could DM me personally if you're not comfortable with sharing it on the server itself. Call you Sir Dust, Duke of the Frozen North. Duke Dust. Sir Dust, Duke of the Frozen North, first of his name. Slayer of Elk. Master of the Elements. Pop it in general? Sounds good. Pretty easy breezy when it comes to Discord organization stuff. We really need it. If we really need to shift it to somewhere else, we can always do that. It's in? Oh, let's have a look. Okay. I'll chuck it up onto mainstream for a second. Cool. First of all, really good job. It's looking good. Like all of the shapes that you kind of want are all there. Let me just quickly snooze the ads for a second. All the shapes that you want are there, right? Like you've done a really good job of shaping the face, and like the silhouette of the hair and all of that. Like the structure's down. You're good. You could add a little bit of height to the shoulder, but that's fine. I don't think that's what you're asking about. You're asking about the color specifically. The problem that you're experiencing at the moment is that it's a little bit too monotone across the full face. So if you can see down on the shoulder, you've actually got quite a bit of tonal variety here, which is nice, and it gives a good sense of what's going on. Whereas in the face, it's all one color, which can be fine depending on the style, but what the shoulder tells me is that you want a little bit more going on. And if that's the case, here's what you can do. There's a video on Proco, which is an art channel on YouTube, which talks about you should be able to find it with just like, I don't know, face portrait color or something. And what it actually tells you is there are different tones present in the face, no matter who it is. No matter what like skin tones you have, no matter what your complexion is, you're going to have different tonal variations in your face as you travel from the top to the bottom. Across the cheeks and the nose, like the end of the nose especially, but also a little bit of the bridge of the nose, you've actually got quite a bit of blood in sort of towards the surface of your face in these sections. So what this is going to do is, like you've added a little bit of blush to the cheeks, you could probably do that a little bit more. Bring up a little bit more red. Bring it into the tip of the nose as well, and a little bit further up as well. The next thing, so that's for the center of the face. The next thing is where you've got your jawbone at the base of the face. It's quite shallow to your skin, so it means that you don't have lots of blood present in that section of jawbone. So you can add a little bit of grey into your skin tone, just a little bit. Not too much. which again will sort of create this sense of transitioning from the top of the face down to the bottom of the face. And in the forehead, I'm not entirely sure why, but there's a little bit more yellow pigmentation in the forehead for most people. So adding a little bit of yellow, not to the point where it's, you know, a banana, but a little bit of yellow pigmentation to the top of the head will help to, again, distinguish between top and the bottom. So that's for pigment. Probably the last thing that you want to do is, can you see how on the right side of the eye here, you've actually denoted where the direction of the light is coming from? You've got this highlight on the right. Adding a little bit more highlight to the face as well will help to break up the flatness. Just it doesn't need to be glossy. It doesn't even need to be realistic. Just adding a little bit of lightness, like a little patch of light here, a little bit of patch of light on the brow here, a little like spot of light on the nose there. Just picking up little details across the face will up the sense of a bit more complexity. I shouldn't do that. I've got a commission that I'm working on at the moment that's actually quite pertinent, so I'll quickly show that. Don't usually show commissions on stream, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. So this is a commission that I'm working on, ATM, and kind of speaks to what I was talking about before. So more color through the cheeks and tip of the nose to kind of tell you that there's more blood flow in those sections of the face. A bit of grey in the jawbone, just to, again, sort of speak to how shallow the skin is there. And then instead of yellow, I've added blue to the forehead because obviously this isn't a human character, but just, again, to introduce a bit of tonal variety to give you a good sense of top of the head, bottom of the head, like section 1, section 2, section 3, breaking it into different parts. And then, again, what I was speaking about before, see how there's like the highlight on the brow, highlight on the cheek, highlight on the nose, highlight on the chin, just a little bit, just to pick up those details and separate them from the rest. But yeah, that's that's my breakdown. I hope that helps. Sorry, if you want me to actually get in and actually start like drawing on your image and stuff, I could do that, but I probably ask for like I don't know, like that's usually like a paid service. But I hope you get the gist. You like the start? Yeah, the star's really cool, right? The simplified shape language is really, really clean. Appreciate the advice. You'll start experimenting. Excellent. Good to hear. Glad that it sounds like you've got a sense of what you want to try. Art teacher Harley strikes in. I wear many hats. I wear 2 hats. How long have you been drawing for, Alki? As Billy said, it's looking really, really good. You got into colours and painting like 3 days. Hot damn! You're doing a good job. Bit more than half a year. Nice, 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 nice. And it's mostly portraiture that you've been working on, or is that just what you're working on at the moment? I will say, actually, take everything that I said with a grain of salt, in the sense that all of these are quote-unquote rules of the art world, but you don't necessarily need to abide by them. You can make whatever changes that you want, but those are the rules that I use that help with my portraits. Just working on this at the moment. Usually you did all more cartoony style stuff, which is why your shape game's strong. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. Art is the Wild West. Anything goes. That's kind of what I'm alluding to. So even if I say like this is the way to do things, that's not me saying that you have to do them that way. Rules are there to be helpful. If they stop being helpful, ignore them. Oh, ads. Thanks, Dust. Appreciate. Do we have any lucky ad dodgers in chat? Or am I destined to ad isolation? We're on a bad delay. Oh no. I take it that you've dodged ads then. I can always depend on the fact that you have hacked your Twitch account. Definitely. Dodging ads, but your reply takes 17. Oh, jeez. $10. Oh my goodness. A million years of ads. And we're back, I think. I think we're back. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry for ads. I've said the whole spiel before, but if I didn't add... Thank you for the follow. Thank you, Alki. Welcome to the tavern. Welcome. But yeah, I've given the whole spiel before. May as well say it again. If I don't play ads, then Twitch will automatically run ads, and then they tend to be random when they do. So Twitch kind of blackmails me into doing them. Like, if you don't do ads, we'll do them whenever we like and for as long as we like, random intervals. So it's a necessary evil, unfortunately. Speaking of stream, but you should be able to stream Lego. Oh, nice. Nice. I'm excited to see how the dungeon starts shaping up, because what's it? You've done a lot of the surface level stuff, right? I say surface level, not as in like shallow, but I mean like very specifically the stuff that's on the surface, as opposed to the underground stuff. Oh, and then you get to do the dragon as well. Oh my goodness. There's so much cool stuff to still be had. Basically finish the tavern. So you have the castle, keep thingy, the tower, and yes, the dragon, and a bunch of... Oh, yes, of course. The beholder. The beholder looks so good. Look forward to the displays of piece. True. I I keep forgetting how many cool minifigures and stuff are in that set as well. Like the adventuring party is also really, really awesome. Okay, let us see the worm in motion. Boom. It's looking better. Probably need to add the atmosphere stuff a little bit further up. From, I think, this frame. Is it distinctly different from... No, I've gone with a very similar color. If that's the case anyway, what I might do is just push the lighter color up further. Then the next thing to do will be to add in the clitorum, I think was the term that we learned the other day for the egg sac thing, that the thick part of the worm. Alki, by the way, please, by all means, share some of the stuff that you've been working on in the Discord as well. I reckon not just me. Quite a few people would love to see what you've been cooking up in the kitchen. No stress though. If you don't want to share, don't feel obligated to. But if you'd like to, the door is open. It's always very cool seeing people working through their art journeys. Because it's how I got started. Is I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna get good. Off I go. And I've still yet to get good, but I've you know, my journey is underway. Dun, dun. Should look a little bit better. Yep. Excellent. Now, it looks like the big bit is weighted to one side in particular. I intend to put it on the side that's got a bit of direction to it, just because it gives the sense of like almost personifies. What's the word? Not personifies. Might be personifies. It humanizes, I guess, the design, where we recognize like their head being like a smaller bit at the front. So if that's allocated as being the quote-unquote head of the worm, it'll sit well with the subconsciousness. Yeah. You'll be heading to the Australian Zoo tomorrow. Going to be a big day out. Nice. Do you know of any specific animal exhibit that you're excited for? You don't have any recent illustrations, just a bunch of doodles in your huge sketchbook file. I mean, hey, I share all sorts of. I mean, I literally have. And then you went and shared. Excellent. I was gonna say I share all sorts of little sketches all over the place. So by all means. Why have I been clipped? Once stream is over, should take roughly where. Thank you, Billy. Thank you. Your style is so cool. That's awesome. Reminds me of like the Rayman style. Very, very, very cool. Hi, Rad. How you going? Yeah, I'm good. I'm getting on top of my stream consistency, so I'm feeling tip top. Consistency could still get even better, but we'll take the wins where we find them. Okay, so I think this is the first layer where we'll be able to see the big part of the worm. Start with just this color, and then we can add complexity after. Had an initial interview today. Went okay. You're waiting for the next one. The company seems okay. Good to hear. Good luck. But you got this. Easy peasy. Onion skin. It should be for 1 frame, right? Oops. So why can't I see? I can very faintly see the pink section down there. Want to be able to do cool stuff like mine too, like realism. Yeah, okay. The big thing that helped me with I'm gonna sound like a broken record. Studies. So I would take landscapes that I liked the look of, and would sit there studying how light works and color works and atmospheric distortion and like how light plays off of things and blah 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 blah. And I just go through and do hundreds of those. Was kind of the brute force method that I used for me. But I'm sure there are plenty of like courses and stuff that you'd be able to take as well, which would probably speed up the process quite considerably. Yeah, right? Right? Incredibly cool stuff. I may need to go through and retime some of the pink stuff, but it's probably fine. Ooh, maybe not. Those three are fine. It's that layer there that's off. It's your favorite gift. Oh, I have to see now. I'm feeling FOMO. Let's have a look. Yes, it's Sonic and Mario at the Winter Olympic Games. Just gotta not get too comfortable and keep experimenting. Yeah, it's tough. There's kind of inside you there live two wolves. One wolf is the wolf who's looking for new experiences and wants to just try new and crazy stuff. You learn a lot as this wolf, right? You're just drinking in new and interesting styles and techniques and everything. You're just soaking it in like a sponge. But it also makes it really difficult to, as this first wolf, to perfect things, to like take things to the next level, right? The second wolf wants to do nothing except the same types of images over and 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 over again. This wolf is the wolf that will help you master a particular thing, but you're not learning new things. You're perfecting one old thing, so it doesn't feel nearly as satisfying, but it's the thing that is needed to take your stuff to the next level. You kind of need to sit both wolves down at the table and be like, okay, so I do want to learn new stuff because new stuff makes art feel exciting and interesting, and it makes me more versatile as an artist. But also at the same time, I need to kind of improve my craft a little bit more. So I will try, sort of focusing on particular things for an extended period of time. But I don't know. You kind of need to give the microphone to both of the wolves at different times to try and push your skills to the next level. Just like literally every life advice, it's about balance. Yeah. It's boring. Snooze fest, balance. You need to equally, well, not equally, but you need to come to some sort of balance between it. Snore, I get it. Everything in moderation. Frick. Why is it always that? It's true. It's true. Because if you don't do it in moderation, what it can lead to is burnout. That's always the fun one. Oh, actually, speaking of Discord stuff, let me quickly write up the prompt for April in, like a week and a bit into the month. It's probably fine. Fairgoers. Here we go. Prompt for this month is April Fool's Jesters. Anything clowny. Really just giving a bit of focus to our jingly jangly friends. Boom. There we go. Just had the quickest Minecraft run with some friends. Minecraft run? As in speed run? You went to the end and killed the Ender Dragon? All done on luck. Sure, okay. I've never been to the end, I don't think. Pizza cooking in oven. Nice. Wasn't meant to be a speed run, but it ended up being being one pretty much. So it was a run to the end. Okay. The Minecraft server I used to be on, the end used to be incredibly abusable as like a lag engine. So the end was completely deactivated outside of a particular world, because you used to be able to warp between worlds. So you'd have like a creative world, a survival. Cheers. A survival world, blah 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 blah. And in most of the worlds, the end was deactivated. So I don't think I ever went to the end. Cheers. All I'm familiar with is what's he? There's a whole bunch of Endermen there, and speedrunners use beds to to blow up the dragon. I don't know how, but that is my understanding. Okay, and then on this layer we stretch out the clitorum, very technical Latin term, even further. Just hit the 2-hour mark if I need to snack or refill or anything. I'm good for now. Thank you, though. Thank you for the heads up. I don't pay attention at all. pretty much your friend found a ruined nether portal, which then spawned him not only in a warped forest, which is where the Endermen are more common to spawn in the nether, but also spawned next to the nether fortress. Right. There are forests in the end. I thought it was a big... I thought you warp there and there's a big platform of endstone, and you fight the dragon. I didn't realize there were forests and fortresses and stuff. There are forests now? Yeah, okay. Alright. I don't believe you. I will need to see it to believe it. No, that's fair. That's fair enough. What do the trees look like? Are they like weird, spiky, calcified trees or something? Take care of yourself, my son. Your skin and bones. You need to eat more. Yeah. Yep. I'll keep it in mind. I promise I ate just before stream, so I'm nice and full. I promise. Technically has 4 biomes. What? I thought the biome was nether. That was... Yeah, what? How long has it been since I played Minecraft? I played for a short stint about a year ago on Bebop server. But like the like the grandpa I was, like the grandpa I am, I just set up shop in a forest and just made myself a little wooden cabin and made a little mine under my house. I didn't experience anything really apart from some of the new blocks. But before that, it would have been 2014, I think was the last time that I played. So a bit over a decade. Haven't played since before the Nether update. Yeah, yep. I remember I first started playing Minecraft when they first introduced sandstone. Oh, that was a while ago. Went to see the Minecraft movie the other day today. Will it anger me, Billy? Will I be thrown out of the theater, not for like creating a ruckus or yelling or anything, but just like vibrating with rage in my seat and disturbing other viewers? The Nether now has the Warped Forest, which is like blue forest that gives you some cool looking blue. Ooh. As well as there being the Crimson Forest, you think it's called, which gives you some pinkish redwood. Ah, that's cool. Yeah, okay. That's a fun way of introducing sort of more abnormal material types. It reminds me of like the giant mushroom mycelium material stuff that they introduced, and like mushrooms and stuff. Gives that kind of vibe. Okay, so for this layer, I don't want the clitorum to be too far away, just because it feels like it warps if that's the case. That's not the effect that I'm wanting. If I stretch it, then it kind of goes with the elasticity that I've established that the rest of the worm experiences. Honestly, Minecraft movie could have cut at least 80% of the real life stuff and it would have been a better movie for it. Yeah. Yep. Tale as old as time. It reminds me of the Transformers movies, where 90% of the movie is about Sam Witwicky is down on his luck and it's, I don't care. Well, at least the way that you've presented it is incredibly boring. Have the Nether Waste, which is basically what the Nether used to be before the update, and Soul Sand Valley, which is a pain to navigate since, well, Soul Sand. Okay. I think I want to see them. I'll quickly snooze the ads just because mid-conversation. I think I'd want to see them to get a good sense of what these different biomes look like. You can tell when it's losing the attention when your child is melting and flopping onto the ground of boy. Yep. Also, big bone, stone, salt, flat thing. Ooh. Okay. And fortresses too. But I thought fortresses already existed in the Nether. Send some pictures. Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Basalt deltas are really cool. But how would it look in Minecraft? Okay, that works, but I think I need to dial it back a little bit. Kind of shows them. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so the Crimson Forest. Ah, I see the trees. Right, it's all very monotone, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Then the Warped Forest, yeah, okay. Is that like netherstone with grass growing on top of it? That's very cool. Basalt Delta. Ah, okay, okay. Very, it's the scene in The Lion King where Scar is hanging out with the hyenas. Yeah. And then Soul Sand Valley. Yeah, okay, cool. Very, like, wow, what's... like alternate reality, Silent Hill, Nether Dimension, like... think like the Ring Wraiths dimension type of deal. Very, very cool. Very, very, very cool. Very cool. It's the best you can find without it being a YouTube thumbnail with the stupid... You won't believe it! Just in big red text. Nether's grass. Block pretty... Yeah, okay, cool. Sent some better looking... Oh... Hot damn. Okay, maybe not full screen. Can't see anything. Okay, this is looking a little bit more dynamic than what was previous. And then there's the green forest. Oh, they're a little... Sorry, I've skipped ahead by one. They're little nether mushrooms. That's cool. Welcome to the blood forest, where everything is made of blood. What about those trees over there? Blood. What about the mushrooms? They're blood mushrooms. The grass is looking very red. Yeah, well, it is made of blood. That's why. I'm not going to ask about the moss. You don't want to ask about the moss? It's very red moss. It's blood moss. Ugh. Excellent. The tree texture's cool. Is that glowstone? Glow fruit? Looks distinctly different from glowstone. With the lava coming through as well. It looks very cool. Very, 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 very cool. Very purgatory. Oh, ads in 5 seconds. Frick. And because I did all the snoozes, the stream alert doesn't pop up. Well, it's good to know. After ads, Alkies. Ooh. Yeah, I'll go have a look after ads, as you've said. Thank you, Billy. Sent a picture of what the wood looks like. Oh. Oh, spoilers on the face. Oh, okay. It gives you sort of some more out there color selections. Ah, you know what this would be awesome for? Like haunted houses and stuff. Oh, that'd be so cool. Oh, I'd be so keen. It's totally my jam. Yeah. Blood jam. Deary dear. I'm really enjoying this sandwich. Oh, what have you got in your sandwich? Blood! I regret asking. Very appropriate for the games that I'm playing at the moment, because I think I've mentioned a few times now, I'm playing a game called V Rising, and it's very vampire coded, and by vampire coded I mean you are vampires and you're doing vampire things. So I do have vampire on the brain at the moment. Oh. 17 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. I don't know. I like counting. What, Dust? It's been way too long since you made me jealous of your sky. Yes, it's been a criminal amount of time. I haven't even cried over how beautiful your skies are in like a week. Far too long. Sent a new photo. Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, come on. Are you kidding? There's crystal clear, and then there's freaking this. That's ridiculous. Oh, and the reflections of the ice. It's just, ugh. It makes me sick to my stomach how beautiful this is. Awful. Deary dear. Advice definitely helped out. Let's have a look. Yeah. Yeah. A little bit of yellow in the forehead, a little bit of grey in the... Yeah. Yep. It's done wonders. There you go. You could probably do it a little bit more, actually. Like, a little bit more pigment. A little bit more shine. Like, on the brow here. A little bit on the nose. A little bit on the chin. Like, little spot highlights. You don't have to, though. Like, I'm just thinking because it lines up with the spot highlight that you've got really nicely in the eye. You could do that kind of treatment to certain sections of the skin. And then a little bit of a spot highlight on the lip as well. On the lower lip could do wonders. But if you're liking how it's looking, ignore everything I just said. It's looking good. It's looking good. Good job. Good job, Alki. 'Cause, 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 'cause What's wrong with Bahali? Why is he crying? Dust sent another photo of his guy. Just cuts to me ugly crying as well. Just snot and saliva just going for days. It's not fair, I would say. It's not fair at all. It ain't perfect, but it's a step in the right direction. Yeah, yep. That's the spirit. Hyper-focusing on just one image is something I do all the time, and it does terrible things to my mental. I don't recommend doing it at all. In case someone's wondering, that's not your camera making the halo effect. It's just, wait, freaking what? Excuse you? No, it's not. It's not a camera flare. It's just magic. The lens isn't doing that. God is. It's ridiculous. I won't stand for it. That's it. I'm moving to the Arctic Circle. Okay, let's see. Ah, that one teleported. Yeah, okay. That was too big of a jump. Ice crystals in the atmosphere, man. Yeah, but like that's got the same energy as oh, what's it? Like midichlorians in the blood, right? Yeah, sure, there's a thing that you're pointing to that's doing the thing, but it's still magic. You forgot to mention last time that your arcane... No, you did. You mentioned on... you messaged on Discord, I think. It looks really cool. I'd love to see a couple of photos of some of the art inside, but at the same time, you paid to see that stuff, so no stress at all. If you don't feel comfortable sharing, but if you do, I'm all eyes and ears. They do be making some... Yeah. It's the fact that they keep making multiple unique magic instances that keeps getting, that's leading to me scratching my head. Can send a few of the fancy goodies that aren't too spoilery if you haven't seen. Oh, yes please. Yes please. I'm realizing why it's looking so off, and that's because I distinctly had the worm linger in the air for a few frames. So having the middle section lurch forward while it's lingering isn't making sense. Aha. By Jove, I think we've cracked the case. Excellent observation. Me. Zoom. Yeah, okay, that's... It's looking good. This is Photoshop. This is my bread and butter. It's what I grew up on the Adobe suite. There are better programs out there. There are better programs out there than this, but it's what I learned on. So it's I very let's say stoically, I stubbornly stick with it through all the years. Thinking Photoshop, you really didn't believe you could animate. Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Is there are very few animation softwares that actually allow you to animate with liquid color, I'll say, where you can stretch and transparentify it. Usually it's done with values, like solid values. So in Animate, for example, you can color your character however you want, but as soon as you have like a partially transparent effect, it immediately fails, in the sense that it can be entirely transparent or not at all, or it has to be a very specific gradient. You can't like paint animate, which is why I'm using Photoshop. Yeah, raster and vectors. Yep. There we go. And the next frame. Chuck up onion skin for a second. I hate how dark it makes it. Think about CSP. You have, but really? CSP. Clip Studio. Yeah. It's got the exact same UI as Photoshop. That's very funny. What's the price? Perpetual license. Really? That's way more affordable than I thought that it would be. Given it's USD, but still. Yeah, okay. Even with the Australia dollar conversion. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Really is just Photoshop, but it's more tailored to artists. Yeah. In which case, I didn't realize just how Photoshoppy it was. If the animation process is similar, actually, you know what? I'm not that deep into learning animation on Photoshop. I'd be able to adapt, I think. I have been looking for an off-ramp for a while. Let me save that link. Clip Studio Paint. Apparently there is a new version out now as well. Interesting. I'm chucking it into my stream memory down the bottom here. I did look into Magma and started using that, so let's get rid of that. I did look into Auntie Donna. Get rid of that. Cool. Boom. Hey, the animation process is pretty much the way you do it in Photoshop. Yeah, okay. Not for a weekday, but I might look into it on the weekend. The problem that I have with Photoshop is it's just so freaking expensive. So the idea of it being a one-time purchase and it being more artist-friendly. I'd usually lament the loss of Adobe because of the full access to the rest of the suite. But I've recently cut back my subscription to the point where I don't have access to a whole bunch of the video editing stuff anymore, which is why I picked up DaVinci Resolve recently. I say recently, a few months ago, at Billy's recommendation. So there's nothing really tying me to Photoshop other than the fact that it's what I work on. There is something tying me, actually, and that's the fact that all of my working files are on Photoshop, which is a little bit of a problem. But the only one that really matters for are my magic item cards. So if I can update those, these ones. If I can, this. If I can go through and make the alterations that I need to for these, for their final prints, there'd be nothing tying me to it. Heard TSP can open Photoshop files too, or at least can... Really? Huh. Color me the interested color, whatever color that is. Welcome back, Billy. Sticking to Critter because it's free, not spending enough time doing art digitally to care if there's a better program workflow otherwise. Yeah, no, that's more than fair. I think most art programs can import Photoshop files. Really? Is that just a thing? Okay. Sending the photos to yourself currently. Mark things that you find spoilery as a spoiler image, but there shouldn't be too many, maybe 2 or 3. All looks way better in person. No, that's fine. Just to get a vibe of what the art book looks like. If only Clip Studio Paint open Photoshop. How dare you? How dare... the sarcasm, it hurts. Has a free trial. Well, that's what I was thinking, is that across the weekend, specifically on the weekend when we do our the Hearthside arts and crafts on Saturday, I could give it a go for 3 months. Started as the native Photoshop file, but since everyone wanted to be able to get people to migrate from Photoshop, now it's kind of a universal format since almost anyone can handle it. Really? The PSD file is a universal? That's very funny. Gonna test the feature out. Don't know, it might be time to save half my income and get... Yeah. Because the only thing really keeping me with Photoshop is familiarity, and if CSP provides basically the same degree of familiarity with a fraction of the cost, the only other thing will be brushes, but I mean, hey, I can always make do. Either learning new brushes or I suppose that will be part of the trial period. It would be very silly if the one thing keeping me on Photoshop was a brush. Sent the pictures. Nice, 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 nice. Ooh. Oh, that's very cool. So they've themed it like Jinx has gone through, and I love this image. Love, 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 love this image. That's so cool. Very, very graphic-y. I like it. I like it a lot. The landscapes, so good. Whoever's gone through and compiled this art book has done an incredible job of tying it all together with the Jinx doodles all throughout it. Very cool. Very, 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 very cool. Very, 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 very cool. Yeah, nice. But CSP can handle Photoshop brushes. Yeah, okay, fair. Okay. So if I'll just need to remember where I saved them, and then I presume I transfer them over. Looking through from Jinx's perspective, so any page with Caitlyn on it has some sort of insult or fail. That's amazing. CSP can automatically do lighting and shadows. I mean, not that I'd be using that feature, but cool. Actually, speaking of which, I do need to do the worm shadow at some point. That can wait. Has good animation tools. Nice. Good to hear, good to hear. As a soon-to-be investor in CSP, me likey. As I'm just thumbing my my suspender straps. Yes, indubitably, yes. On Vi's page, it has a thing in the corner that says, "Sister thought I missed." Pretty much most animes use CSP to animate. Ah, really? Are you gonna get it just to never use it? I mean, I won't tell you what to do, but you could use it as an incentive to do art more if you wanted to. But if you see yourself making the purchase and then, as you say, never use it, I will be the voice of conscience whispering in your ear when I say probably not the best choice. Its line work is vector-based. Vector-based? Is it? Is it set to that, or can I change it from vector-based? It's both? Yeah, okay, which is what you were referring to before. Yeah, okay. Depends on the type of... Ah, okay, makes sense. Okay, let's make that mark there and then see how the rest of it flows. Zoom. Excellent. It's a worm right there. Do my eyes deceive me, or do I see a worm flying through the air? Beautiful. Obviously, it's missing its highlights and stuff, but that can wait. Just focusing on making sure that it's cohesive. 3D models for posing. Oh. That is actually very useful. The amount of times where I've had to find references of a pose for like really simple poses as well. Being able to rig up a mannequin in the pose that I want. Would be quite nice. Because Squid, I think you got one of you got a couple of those like posable anatomy mannequins a while ago, didn't you? For your birthday or something? If my memory serves me correctly, which it doesn't tend to do. Yeah. Take a photo of yourself as reference and let its AI turn your pose into a model, then move that model around the canvas. Ooh. Got some view, but I did remember correctly. Because I'd love to have some of those, but those, again, can be quite expensive. Not super expensive, but still to the point where I'd have to consider it, you know. Want references from anything, from any angle, could always buckle down and learn Blender. I've tried in the past. I learned Maya as part of a uni course, and Blender is distinctly different, to the point where I basically have to relearn everything. It works intuitively, more or less, but there are quite a few features where I have to actively look up how they work and stuff. And it's a time commitment that I eventually do need to actually commit to it, because being able to pose out a composition in 3D will be incredibly useful moving forward. But yeah, like I've got Blender. I'm not sure, you can't see my desktop, but I do actually have Blender on my taskbar. Just a case of actually hunkering down and buckling down and actually learning the software. Like the ultimate creative program, you can draw on it, do video editing, VFX, 3D modeling and everything. Stuff is, yeah, that's the thing, right? Is yes, you can do all of that stuff, but every single feature that you intend to use requires its own learning journey, which is fun, but it's about finding the time to do it, you know? I mean, hey, if I really wanted to, I could do it on stream, I guess. Not sure how interesting it would be to watch me watching tutorial videos, but it is something that I could do. It sounds like a threat. If you kids don't behave, I'll learn Blender. No, please, I'm sorry. I'll do it. I'm crazy. It's kind of like 5 programs in one. Yeah. Yep. Been ages since you poked at Blender. Really liked it when I did. Yeah, like as I said, there is quite a bit of it that is intuitive, but it's that last 20% that's counterintuitive that just does my head in. Where I'm just trying to divide up a mesh, and I'm having to go through menus trying to find where that feature is, and it's just feels like the most basic feature in the universe, and I'm having to dive deep into tutorials to even find the terminology that they use to figure out how it works. Supports import export of both RGB and CMYK data used for printing. Colors displayed in your workspace are as close as you can get to real printed use. Nice. So it is industry standard, same as Photoshop. Excellent. Sorry, Photoshop, it's sounding like there is less and less reason to use you. It's kind of awesome. Yeah. You've done an excellent job of convincing me. Oh, ads. Frick. Is it ads? Do mine eyes deceive me? I mean, Tavern did say it was in 1 minute. Apologies. Brace yourselves. I mean, they're still not here. As soon as I say something, they're going to start. Or not. Have we defeated ads once and for all? Okay, how are we doing with... Okay. Oh, there they are. I think as soon as we get to here, the color needs to kind of become the same as the other colors of the worm, because you wouldn't be able to see that level of distinction between the sections given the distance. So if I grab that color and just like that, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That sits a lot better. Nice. One thing that I'm not liking too much is the fact that the tail doesn't slim as much. Welcome back. Did we get anything interesting at least? Billy, were you told to get a haircut by by the ads again? You dodged? Nice. Even better. Beautiful. Okay, now we can probably start adding... I should add the gelatinous look to the clitorum first before I move ahead with anything that I actually want to do. I have to eat my vegetables before I can move on to the chips. Not haircuts with shampoo? Oh. I suppose you were told to wash your hair then. That's very rude. Yeah. Considering going to the shop, but now it's hailing. It's hailing? Yeah, mate. What's the hail equivalent of, would it be a hail check? Sorry, gotta do a hail check on that one. Yeah. You think you're funny, funny guy? Eh? Look at me. I'm a Harley. I'm telling jokes. Going up in the world. Didn't you roll a 20 earlier? No. No, that was Bob. Bob rolled the 20 earlier. Dust has been lowered to my level. Welcome, Dust. It's nice for you to good for your six is better than 4. Better than 4. Emotions. I'm not liking how choppy the song is. Sorry. I would listen to it usually, but just not my jam. Not right now. Let's go with